Often teachers come out of training full of this grand vision of what's going to happen in their classroom, and then they walk in and they're like, well, this isn't what I thought was going to be like. So just making sure that that they realize, no, this really is what it's going to look like, and you do have the tools to work through it, but sometimes they need someone behind them reminding them of that. And so supporting teachers, having some mentoring or supporting in the classroom is, I think, ideal for them, and just reminding them that everything they have in their training is really what they need to be successful in the classroom. But somebody accessible to them that they can just bounce their questions, their insecurities off of, and or have someone come in and look.
And so I thank the earth for giving me the things I need, like the sun and the rain and the apple seed.
If you can get through those first few years and manage to feel successful, at least every now and then I think that's enough to keep you going. But if in those early years you're constantly meeting obstacles, you gradually start to feel like a failure. Seasoned teachers who have been through the same process with a similar training and understand what it takes to fully implement what they've learned in their training are often willing and interested in sharing their experiences and giving support to new teachers so that those new teachers don't become discouraged. I remember when I trained 3 to 6, Margaret Stevenson was my trainer, and we had a weekly opportunity to go have tea with her and discuss challenges we were having. It was just bring your questions, bring your challenges, bring your problems. Let's see what we can do about them. When I reflect on the fact that I used that possibility a lot as a young teacher, it saved me, I think, in terms of really accepting that I really could do this work. That really gave me the strength and the understanding that with a little more practice and a little more conversation and a little more work, I really could make it work.
I think that it's a steep learning curve for new teachers, especially if they haven't had experience before working with children at this particular age level. So I think they need a lot of support and a lot of help. Once school starts, I think administration needs to be so supportive of what a steep learning curve it is for them. And sometimes that means giving emotional support in the beginning, helping them be kind to themselves and to know that, okay, maybe today didn't go so well, but let's look at what could be done differently tomorrow so that tomorrow does go better. I think that kind of help and guidance is crucial.
I would love that they go with their eyes new and they really are working in a laboratory. And it is really a laboratory in which they are going to make mistakes, but they are going to learn it. The philosophy is so strong that they want to do it in the class. We are training them to do their work well. I believe each human being and each classroom has a different feeling because of their own personality. We give them the skills, we give them the tools, but it is the personality of that person that is going to be the one that will permeate the climate or the peaceful environment or not so peaceful, because you transmit what you are to these children.
Another aspect is becoming a leader. They're really a leader when they go into these environments. And so for the children as well as the other adults. And sometimes that can be challenging if they've been an assistant, for example, in the past, and that's been their role for a while, and then now all of a sudden, they're the ones that are in charge of the classroom. It's a delicate balance on how to communicate and how to model for the other adults so that you are a leader, but you're not a dictator. You're someone who's setting a beautiful example of what it is to be human, not just, I'm going to tell you what to do all the time, or this is what you must do. I'm doing this because this is what's best for children, and this is what the children need, and this is why.
A strong Montessori teacher would be a teacher who is very aware of their mission. And the mission of a strong Montessori teacher is to help a child develop their potential. That's the essential quality. Then adding to that, having enough knowledge, having the skills to implement that knowledge, being willing to share that knowledge and willing to use skills, improve skills, in order to bring the child to their potential. A teacher coming out of training is a very fragile creature indeed. The person comes with a lot of knowledge, has developed many skills, has taken examinations that have shown them that they know things, so has a certain amount of confidence. But the confidence is very fragile. If the person does not get support of saying, oh, you have taken your training, I want you, I need you, I want you here with me. If the teacher doesn't get the support from other people that says, you're worthy, I trust you, they don't often succeed. If the teacher doesn't get the kind of support that says, I recognize that you have ideas. And okay, well, we tried it that. We've done that. Yes, that seems to work. But to not say to a teacher, we know how to do it better. It erodes confidence. Give them your trust. And then support them as they make mistakes, and they surely will. But they come out of it very quickly if they're trusted.